Setting. The palace kitchen. Large table with pots and pans is upstage center. Several stools are placed around the stage. At rise. Cook is standing behind table, fussing with the pots and pans. First kitchen maid sits on a stool, peeling potatoes. Guard enters, leading peasant by the arm. They start to walk across the stage.
Oh, there you, guard.
What is it, cook?
Where are you taking that man?
To the dungeon. Oh my.
To the dungeon? Why? What's he done, poor fellow?
It's nothing really. All I did was to ask the king for the princess's hand in marriage.
And him, a peasant.
A peasant? Why? A peasant can't marry the princess.
I don't see why not. I'm handsome and clever, and I'm awfully fond of the princess. She's awfully fond of me, too.
She is?
Oh my, yes. I come to the palace every day to deliver vegetables. The princess thinks I'm wonderful, and I think she's wonderful.
The princess can't marry a peasant. I tell you, she has to marry someone with rich and famous and noble and...
Like the Duke?
The Duke is 50 years old and dull, too. The princess will never marry him.
The princess will marry whoever her father tells her to marry. I'm sure he'll want a wealthy son-in-law because they say the royal treasury is almost empty.
Besides, I told you not to ask the king today. If you had asked him some other time, I'm sure he would only exile you, but he's awfully upset today.
Why?
It was the soup you sent up. He said it was horrible and threw on the floor. Oh my. Well, come on, peasant.
To the dungeon we must go, we must go, we must go to the dungeon.
Oh dear, the king didn't like the soup and I took trouble with it.
Cook, something terrible.
What's the matter?
It's the king. He's coming here.
What?
The king, but he's never been in the kitchen before.
This is terrible. Now both of you start working. We'll have to straighten this kitchen up.
Well, so this is the kitchen. At least you're working. Now who made that awful soup?
I did, Your Majesty.
It was horrible, horrible, do you hear me?
But Your Majesty, it's really not my fault. The ingredients we've been getting lately have been very inferior.
Stuff and nonsense. I could make a better soup than that with my eyes shut. In fact, I'll do it.
Your Majesty!
Yes, that's exactly what I'll do. And with my eyes shut. Now out of my way, everybody. What's this?
A mixing spoon, Your Majesty.
Well, I guess I'll need it. Now, let me see. What do I want?
Maybe a bowl, Your Majesty.
Of course, the very thing. You are a smart girl. All right, I'm ready. Now, cook, give me your apron.
But Your Majesty...
Hurry up! Now I'll show you I can do this with my eyes shut. Tie something around my eyes, cook.
Your Majesty, I don't really think...
Be quick about it. There, I'm ready to begin.
What will you do first, Your Majesty?
Let me see. Have we any water?
Oh, a nice kettle full, Your Majesty.
We'll pour some in the bowl. Now I think I like a little flour. What's this?
That's sauce, Your Majesty. You don't want that for soup.
Silence! That's exactly what I want to do.
But Your Majesty...
Who's making this, you or I?
You are, Your Majesty.
Very well then. Now, what's next?
Maybe a little salt?
That's just what I was about to say myself. Put some in. How much did you put in?
Oh, just a dash, as the good cookbooks say.
Cookbooks? What do I care about cookbooks? You cook. Do you use cookbooks?
Oh, yes, Your Majesty.
Then that's what's the matter with your cooking. No imagination. Who ever heard of a dash of salt? We want this to have flavor, don't we? Here. Where's that salt shaker? This is the way to do it.
Oh, here you are, Father. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Now, my dear, don't bother me. I'm very busy.
Father, I must talk to you. Have you seen my peasant anywhere? He's usually here by 11 o'clock with the vegetables.
Oh, him? Yes, I saw him and threw him in the dungeon.
What?
Now, let me see. What's next?
But Father, why?
Are you still here? Go away!
Father, why did you throw him in the dungeon?
Who?
Father, stop it. You know who I mean.
Oh, that peasant. Yes, I had to throw him in the dungeon. He had a colossal nerve to ask for your hand in marriage.
He did. You have to let him out of the dungeon. I want to marry him.
Nonsense! You can't marry a peasant, and you know it. This family needs a relative with some money. Now, find someone with royal blood and lots of money. You can marry him.
I want to marry my peasant.
There, don't cry. Look at this nice thing Daddy made for you. Here, see?
What is it?
I don't know. Why don't you taste it?
It looks awful. What do you suppose it is, cook? I'm sure I don't know. No, Your Highness, it's not porridge.
Of course it's not porridge. It's... Well, don't all of you just stand there. What is it?
I really don't think it's soup.
Nor stew.
This is a problem. I have it. One of my wonderful ideas.
Oh, dear. Oh, Father, what is it this time?
We'll have a contest. Whoever can guess what this is wins a reward.
And what will the reward be, Your Majesty?
Why, the hand of the princess in marriage, of course.
Father!
Certainly. You want to have a lovely wedding and get lots of presents, don't you?
Yes, but...
Now let me see. Whom shall we have enter the contest?
What about the Duke, Your Majesty?
Of course. Now, kitchen maid, run quickly and tell the guard to tell the footman to send the Duke here immediately.
But I don't want to marry the Duke. He's the dullest man in the palace.
Well, he can't be so dull. He won't be able to tell what this is.
How will you know if he's right anyway? You don't even know what it is yourself.
Nonsense. Why, it's... Ah, here comes the Duke now.
Your Majesty, good afternoon. Making a little tour of the kitchens, I see. We in this country are so fortunate to have a king who takes an interest in these simple matters. I have always said...
Save that for the after-dinner speech.
Yes. And Your Highness, how beautiful you look today.
All right. Let's get on with this. Now, Duke, can you tell me what I've made here in this bowl?
Wait, you've made, Your Majesty?
Yes, of course I made it. And if you can tell me what it is, you win the hand of the princess in marriage.
Well, that would indeed be an honor. Now, let me see. Could it be pudding?
Pudding? Of course it's not. You nincompoop. Why would I make pudding? You must be really dull.
Oh, no, I'm not. Not at all, Your Majesty. Maybe if I could just taste it, I'm sure it would be delicious.
Well... What? Speak up, man. What is he trying to say?
I don't know. I told you he was dull. Well, there you are, Father. He doesn't know what you've made, so I don't have to marry him. Congratulations, Your Highness.
Well, just because he's dull doesn't mean everyone is. Let's see. Whom shall we ask next? What about you, guard?
Father.
Oh, I'm afraid it wouldn't be fair for me to enter the contest, Your Majesty. I'm already married.
Well, don't stand there gaping. Go find someone.
Father, this is so silly.
Not at all. By now, I'm curious myself to find out what I've made. It's too thick for soup.
And too thin for porridge.
Your Majesty, I found someone for the contest.
Well, send them in.
All right. Aren't you? Come on in.
My peasant, my very own dear peasant.
My princess, my very own dear princess.
What is all this?
Your Majesty, this is unexpected. This is an unexpected pleasure. But you really didn't have to come all the way down to the kitchen to see me. I would have been glad to come upstairs to the throne room.
Who let you out of the dungeon?
I did, Your Majesty. You said you wanted someone to enter the contest.
Guard, I didn't tell you to empty the dungeon. Can't you find anybody in this palace with royal blood?
Oh, this is wonderful. Father, please let him try. He's so clever. You will win the contest so you can marry me, won't you, dear peasant?
Of course. What is the contest?
I've made a perfectly wonderful dish or something or other, and whoever can tell me what it is receives the hand of the princess in marriage.
Go ahead, dear. Guess what Father's made.
Ah,
Delicious, isn't it?
indeed, yes. Let me see. Ah, of course. I have it.
What is it? What is it?
Now, just a minute. There.
What are you doing?
Now we'll see. Aha! Just as I thought. Congratulations, Your Majesty.
What for?
You've just made a bowl of the most wonderful glue I've ever seen.
What?
Glue.
Glue.
You're a genius, an absolute genius. Why, this glue is strong as iron. See? The sole of my shoe was almost falling off. Now it's as tight as new.
So you think I'm genius, do you?
Certainly. You'll be famous, rich too. We'll put this in bottles and sell it everywhere. Let's see. We can call it the King's Glue. Go out today and buy the King's Glue. Through thick and thin, it sticks with you.
I knew you were clever. We gave some to the Duke, and he didn't know what it was.
The Duke ate some? Just as I thought. His teeth were stuck together.
Oh my.
It serves him right. The fellow ought to have no better than to eat glue. Here, guard, take him off to the royal dentist. It does look little like glue. However, how clever am I?
You've won the contest. Now we can be married.
This is terrible. What will my prime minister say when he hears I am to have a peasant for a son-in-law?
Never you mind. When we tell him how much money will go into the royal treasury from your glue, he won't care about anything. Of course, it'll mean you will have to spend most of your time in the kitchen.
It's not so bad down here, and I'll always have something to eat. As for you, cook,
Yes, Your Majesty.
off to cooking school you go, and don't come back till you have a diploma. Take the kitchen maids with you. Now you two run along. I want to start working.
All right, Your Majesty. See you at the wedding.
Now let me see. What did I do first? Did I put 1 cup of flour in? Or was it 2? And how much salt? Oh well, go out today and buy King's Glue. The thick and thin sticks with you.